Holy guacamole. Good morning, everybody. Look at this chart. Look at the baby. Look at it go. Um, if, if you've been here yesterday, I said I was going through the differences in Tesla and Netflix's charts. Tesla, I wasn't so sure. Netflix, I was like, hey, maybe buy a 395 call. Maybe if you can afford it. Holy moly, look at that baby. I mean, that's probably going to be a heck of a trade right there. Good morning. Good morning. Um, yeah, hope some people made some money. Uh, hope you're gonna make some money. Holy moly, that's a what a beautiful chart right there. I mean that whoo up 57 right now. Actually, Ray, look 57 right there over there at the bottom. 57 and going. I mean, it's still rocking. It's probably gonna go right up to 500, right up there. Another 100 points up. If you got a little time, that was a smart play. Brought to you by JT. Um, Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, right there. I don't know. Sometimes I get lucky. Tesla, on the other hand, kind of sucking it up just a little bit. Elon sure not making anybody feel good on the call last night, and down 15, 16, down about 6.5%, and we may go back down. We may take a trip back down. So, good morning, everybody. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Whoo. Anyway, yeah, a 385 and a 400. That's pretty sweet, Ray. Good job. Congratulations. I'm glad that you made that decision. Um, awesome. I just I want to you know just take time and tell you, awesome job if you took that play. Awesome job. And I almost can't believe it. Like sometimes I get lucky. I mean, like another another awesome move called by JT. I mean, anyway. So another thing this morning coming out. I did a podcast interview last week with How to Trade It. If you were on the stream, I just put the link in the description just a minute ago. So if you refresh the page and get the new description, the link is down there. The link is in Discord already. They told me it was going to be like 2 months, up to 2 months before they would get my episode out when I did the interview last week. And then they put it out like this week. I was like, what the heck? They didn't even give me a heads up. So I went through my 64 win streak thing. It's called Greenlight Income Alerts. And I actually told my story. So if you're not familiar with my story, go check it out. How to Trade It podcast. So anyway, good morning, everybody. Golly, there's a ton of people already chatting. Love it. Infinity Dex, JB, Dan, Ed, Larry, Arturo, Dan, David, Shakis, Sergio, Sven, Brian, Donald, Michael, Gary. I spelled Gary weird. I was like, is that Gary? Yeah, it's Gary. Wrongimer, Francois, Valerie, Craig, Merle. I'm gonna scroll. Don't usually have to scroll. Jason, Ray, Ben, Wabar, Andreas. Good morning, everybody. And if you want to join in the chat with everybody that's on the live stream, all you got to do, click the link right over here where the monster can is, the little green subscribe button. Click that, and you'll be able to chat in just a few seconds later. Beth, Space Cowboy, Maurizio, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Like I said, become a subscriber. You can chat on the live stream. And what the heck is happening? Golly, stupid company updates. Turn that off. There we go. And yeah, so if you become a subscriber, hit the alert button so you get notified when I go live, because obviously I give out good information. I mean, did you see the Netflix chart? And then I mean, that could have paid for, even if you had gone long Tesla and Netflix, then Netflix could have paid for the Tesla. But, hey, I was unsure on Tesla and we went down. I was pretty certain we might see a pop on Netflix, looking pretty strong. That's what we're doing. 500 up in that gap fill from last year. That's the target. So, morning, Alan. Morning, everybody. Glad to have you on the stream. Now, if if you're tuning in later, I'm no longer live. The link isn't the link. Well, the link, the button that you're gonna have to leave me a comment. Golly, I'm so tied up on this Netflix thing. I can't, speechless. All right, you're gonna have to leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to get back to you. And but make sure you're subscribed and hit the alert so you can come join us tomorrow. I do this thing every morning, 9:15, and then I do a request show on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Now, all that said, let's jump back into the charts and stuff, because that's the exciting thing, right? All right, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. I may never get it right again, although, I mean, lightning keeps striking, right? I keep getting lucky. This presentation, intended to be informational, educational, fun, is not a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. Don't buy stocks. Don't buy options. Don't buy cryptos. Don't buy futures. Don't buy bonds. Don't buy Forex. Don't buy any of that stuff. Don't sell it either. I'm not recommending you do anything, all right? Sometimes I'll throw someone out there that, hey, maybe you should do it, and I get lucky, like Netflix. Holy cow. Anyway, awesome job, everybody that rocked it up. So, if you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor. Those dudes have an obligation to give you advice based on your situation, a fiduciary duty. That's not me. I'm not giving you personal advice. Be careful out there, all right? You can and probably will lose some money in trading. All right. Let's hit up the Forex Factory calendar here and take a look at what's coming up. So we are on Thursday now. We have Fed Chair Powell speaking, Goolsbee, Barr, Hawker, Logan. There's a lot of freaking FOMC members speaking today. You just kind of have to wonder what the devil they're going to be talking about all day. If they're all out here banging the drum talking, like what do they want us to know? So pay attention. If there's a common message being spoken between them all, they're trying to tell us what they're going to do, or they're trying to fill in the market on something that's happening. All right. So it's not so much that what they say, it's what gets said across all of them. So pay attention a little bit on that. And if you don't know how to find it out, keep coming back here. I'll try to clue you in on what's happening, what's crapping. All right. Then tomorrow we have just one more Fed speaker. Not really much happening on Friday. I mean, then we got next week. Next week coming in. That's like the last full week of October. Isn't that crazy? Last full week already. So Monday, pretty benign. Tuesday, with flash services, PMI. Got not a whole lot else in there on Tuesday. Wednesday, we've got new home sales, a few things internationally. Thursday, we have GDP, unemployment, core durable goods. That might move the market a little bit. So mostly what I'm seeing is that next week is going to be dominated by earnings, yet again. Then we have PCE on Friday right there, Powell's favorite number, consumer sentiment, and Treasury currency report. That'd be an interesting one. That's tentative though, and we'll see what happens there. So that's coming up next week, and we have I think the Treasury report comes out today too. We'll see if banks are borrowing more money, make their balance sheet work, even on the back of earnings. So, and then we're into the last week. I mean, then we're into December, November. December. I hope not December. We're into November, and then we're getting close to the holidays. Remember, this is like the most bullish time of the year, seasonality-wise, right now. If you're not familiar with the seasonality charts, let me pull them over and we'll talk about them briefly, just ever so briefly. Dismiss that. So there's VIX, right? VIX usually drops from now, October, last little spike there, the last week of October, and then we plummet. So that's VIX, all right? SVXY might be good to go out to January. Buy some SVXY calls. XVXY goes up when VIX goes down. I mean, I'm not recommending you do this. this is what I did. I flew out to January, bought some SVXY calls. I bought more on the volatility we had the last couple of days, and so that's what JT did. Now Nasdaq right here. Look, we typically start ramping into the end of the year. This is 20-year seasonality on all these things. VIX, this one, and S&P. Typically, we have a little bit of chop in October, and then we ramp it off. Now, is this coming in right back here? I don't know. We'll see. This is 20-year average. And then I had a Russell one that I just found. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. Do I have it? No, I don't. I shared it in the wrong channel. I shared it with the VIP people, and my account doesn't have access to it. I'll pull that up and share it tomorrow probably. So there you go. All of them are very bullish. This is the most bullish 3-month period of the year from October through January. So there you go. There you go. There you go. And I'm not talking about the start of October. I'm talking about like when we bought them in October, which looks like we could be doing. All right. Now let's pop over and talk about what's actually moving today. I don't know what, like right back to the roadmap line. I thought we might do it. I mean, I drew a big freaking arrow on there. Right there it is. That was the test. That was it. This thing can be done. We could be done right now on this correction. We may see a little flash lower, maybe. I mean, yesterday we were down 58 points. We could be back up 58, even 100 points today. Watch out for a giant rally to get going. Netflix kind of a lot of stuff's going to move in sympathy with Netflix going higher. We have a list full of stuff moving up and down already. And I mean, shoot, yet again. I mean, could I, that's almost, we're talking about, I missed where I drew that arrow. I didn't even do it. Like, I just like did it sloppy, you know? I mean, look, 43.14 on the close, and I drew it at 43.12. I mean, $2. And on the day, I mean, that's pretty dang close. Pretty dang close. Now, do we go lower? Maybe. I thought we would come down here. We certainly did. And be careful, everybody. Be careful. All right. Now, let's go. God, look at that. Netflix still going. It's going to 500. It's going to go fill this gap. This gap all the way up here. If you're unfamiliar with the gap, let's zoom it out. Whoop. This gap fills all the way up here, like 508. Now, is it gonna hit today? I don't know. Is it gonna hit tomorrow? I don't know. Is it gonna hit next week? I don't know. It's got 100 points to go up, so maybe you can make $1. Even if you bought a share at $400, that's still like a 25% return just on a share. Beautiful opportunity right there. You're gonna have to hold for a little while. I don't think it's doing it today. I don't think it's tomorrow. It might be, you know, between now and next time they report earnings. So, remember though, that's not a recommendation. I'm not recommending you do anything. All right, you gotta make the decision that's correct for you. So, and I could be wrong. Like this thing could crash out. Like it could, but Netflix just added more members than they've added since COVID in one quarter. So that was pretty strong. Pretty strong, my friends. Now, S5FI. That may have been all the dip we get. Golly, getting some crud in my throat. Yeah, let's see. This is the chart that I was showing yesterday. Let's jump back down a time frame. I think 30 was the one I was trying to show. Look right there. Look right here. Golly. We came down, we hit that 50. All right, we could push on down. Market is just about to open. We could push on down, tag this 618 level around 42.83. We could, but we could hold that 50. All right. I was thinking we might go a little bit lower when I jump down in the time frames because that's the ideal place to go down and find support. I was mentioning yesterday we may see upwards of a whatever it was, a 2% drop. It looks like we got a 1.5% drop. That was pretty strong. And now there's the market opening. We're probably going back up. Probably going back up. Beautiful potential reversal right there. That's a measured bounce setup. Now, the target. Let's quickly discuss the target for this. Now that we have it kind of potentially locked in there. Now, if we go lower, it pulls this down. Right now, looks like our target is in this area right up here for the next move. Probably take us into next week, maybe. 45, 43 is the ideal number to hit. The minimum number to hit is 44.89. And if we get really sparky, 46.07. Head and shoulders completes right up here, right around 45.55. And we'll have to pull that shoulder down just a little bit. Yeah, maybe it'll complete even higher now. We go break out wherever it is. So, yeah, 45, 46. It could be on up, I guess, a little bit up here. We'll see what happens. See what happens. Pretty beautiful though, so far. So far, so good. And it looks kind of sloppy, like a shoulder head, shoulder head. The library pattern, as a friend of mine calls it. Yes, that's looking pretty strong. We get back above that 30-minute and all the resistance. This, I mean, that touched right in the target. Look at that. Beautiful touch. Let's go. Time to go higher. I think we wrapped it up. NQ, also fully touched. Look at that. Look at that. Zoom it back out. Fully touched that resistance band that I was looking for. Time to go. Time to go higher. Beautiful. Russell, still messing around down here. What the heck? What the heck? If we can break back above this junk over here, back above the roadmap line, we're probably heading up big time. So far, IWM, I was talking about needed a retrace. We got that plus in spades yesterday. So, barely hold on to the higher low. I was hoping, or kind of expecting it to hold in right up here around 172. We got all the way down to 170.38. Still holding a higher low. As long as we don't break down, as long as we break back above this downtrend here, you know, that high, that high, that high. Break above that, we're going up. If we push lower, something else is playing out. And so it's not a buy now. Don't buy now. If you were considering it, I would buy up here on the breakout. Otherwise, we can extend lower, 167, possibly 165 on the downside. And the bigger pattern, I had that 161 target that we haven't hit yet. We might go down there and do it. So, still showing weakness. This one's not nearly as strong as ES and NQ. That's your small caps right there. Russell, IWM. Oil, messing around. I liquidated my oil position. I wasn't liking this chop. It's making me feel like we might drop further. So far, we hit the 50. We could hit the 618, but that choppiness, it's just not. Yeah, pull it over that high. That's just not doing it for me. It's just not the right. I don't know. Doesn't look good. I want a clear pattern. This mucked it up, made it all weird, and I think we're going to go lower. If we can go lower and flush this out, then we can get a clear path on oil. I may go back in. UCO is my preferred way to play that long. Don't really short oil. Not my game. Not my game. Big news here. Gold. Look at yesterday. Up into that resistance. If we can get above it, watch out, baby. We're on the path to 2,000, probably 21, maybe even 2,200. Right up here, the ideal target. We needed that final flush. We got it. It's game on now. Bitcoin. Interesting. Keeps holding on. Yesterday was a little bearish. Today, taking it right back. Can we break out? That's the big question. Can we break out of this consolidation? We definitely found some resistance. We found it here a couple weeks ago. We found it right here just Monday. We found it again. There's definitely some resistance there. It's where we consolidated right here. If we can blast through, we're going up big time. And we could be going up to 33, maybe even 36 on the next extension. So be careful there. Ethereum looking a little more bearish, looking like it needs that one more flush. If we can get that one more flush, kind of like gold, we got that one more flush. If we can get that one more flush on Ethereum, this one can be set to go. So watch for that to happen. Could be a buying opportunity if we get that flush down around 1450, 1460, 1470. If we see that, it could go as low as 1375. So be careful out there. All right. Don't think that has to be the bottom. Wait for the reversal to show up before you go long. Dollar still churning in this. I drew a sideways arrow for a reason. Still churning till we can break out or break down. Sideways is what I expect. The longer we kind of hold here, it just makes it uncertain, but we may get one spike up and then drop. So Netflix, of course, getting a little bit of red. I mean, you can't get that big a pop and not expect some people to sell. I mean, that was a beautiful overnight gap up, 50 points. Watch for this to get a little more sparky if the market turns here, though. I would expect it to come back, test that daily roadmap line, right back around 386. If we find support there and turn higher, it's game on. Game on. Tesla, that one may rally right back up. That's the dip. Was that all we need? I don't know. Could we go lower? You betcha. Could come back down to the lows we saw before. Right down here. Entirely possible. ASML getting a big pop, but on the grand scheme of things, still working toward the target down here. Yeah, I think we're probably on a path to get down into that zone. It could have found support here. It could be the higher low. We could launch off. Getting above the roadmap line is your clue. We're probably going on up, and that going on up, probably like 800, 900. That'd be some big numbers. UNP, this one right here, kind of churning around, trying to break above the roadmap line. Not sure. That's not clear. That's clearly not bullish at this point. I'd be very careful on that one. Let's see. Run a few more lines. And we got significant resistance right there at that 618 where we consolidated around 225. If we can get above 230, probably going up to 250, 260. If we break back down, certainly below this 197 level, we're probably going on down here like 170, probably, maybe, possibly 150. So be careful on that one. SAP. There's a US listing, I think. Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that. Months ago, I drew that arrow. We came right up and tested that. Rejected back down to the roadmap line. If you want the roadmap line, link is in the description. It's like $5. You can put it on your chart. One click for trading view. There is a toss.mx link in Discord for that too. If you join, we can hook you up there. So if that's bouncing, want to see it get above 141, then 150 and 157 are the targets. FNGU was moving up pre-market probably on Netflix. And just it came down right back to the roadmap line, held the low. Can we break out higher today? That's the big question. Looks like we're getting a little retrace. Golly, my nose itching. Golly. CRWD, beautiful push higher, right into that higher fib level, 193, 200 upside. Be careful. That's really pushing this extension here, but the bigger consolidation correction could be, I mean, I call it consolidation because look, I mean, it's like a months long thing. Like came up, retraced. It's just sideways for almost 2 years, 3 years, almost 3 years. That's just sideways for 3 years. So that's a consolidation in my book. You know, we're consolidating between 300 and 100, huge range, but still a consolidation. Now, if we break out of this consolidation and move up through this resistance right here would be the indication back above 236. We'd probably be heading up to 355, 426, 425, 426 area. So there you go. That's CRWD. But we may need a retrace before we can do it. Like that's a lot of energy to go blasting off of the roadmap line all the way up there. May need another pullback before we can get going. Zscaler, looking pretty strong. We've got resistance right there at those prior highs, right up here. That one did hit the roadmap line recently. Need to pull that up just a little bit. Well, came up just a little shy, but pretty close. 177, that looks like a fair resistance. We may see another reaction there. May see a bigger retrace. It's been pretty straight up without big retraces. So watch out for a bigger retrace. You know, you can see the volatility over here. We haven't seen that coming up off the bottom. We may get a knee-jerk retrace before we can break on out. If we can really get going above this, I mean, look, that was, it tried to go up, hit its head 1, 2, 3 times, and then dropped out. Probably gonna find some supply right there. Probably some sellers when it gets back up into the zone. If it can get above that, we can go back to the highs and possibly go new highs. We'll see there. TSM, that correction might be done. That was pretty beautiful. Zoom her up, Buttercup. And we got some resistance above us right there on TSM. We can get above that, above 104, probably heading up to 117, 126. Then we're kind of confirming that we may be set up to go on the bigger path and get the higher high at 186, possibly 198. Pretty good there. FSLR, still working on that reversal. That's nothing confirmed yet. Nothing confirmed yet. Got to get way back up here. DHR. $191 is the target on the downside, and that looks kind of bearish. I don't care what kind of pop it's got going on today. That looks kind of bearish. LVS, Las Vegas Sands. It's found some support, but that's not a bullish chart by any means. So, for gosh sakes, be careful trying to chase this one. We can go lower for sure right here. Got to get above that roadmap line. MDIA, Spectral. It looks like some AI bullshit. Yeah, it looks like a horrible dumpster fire right there. Be careful. It's under $10. It's not got much history, and it looks, and the AI hype train is done for now, I'm pretty sure. Watch out. That's dangerous. It's like soaking yourself in gasoline and playing with matches. Roku, not moving in sympathy to Netflix, that's for sure. Look at that. Oh my gosh. 6150. That can be support right there. We got right. JT gets lucky again. Look at that. Right in the target bubble. Can it go lower? Yeah, it could. But that was the target. If you were short Roku, bought some puts, whatever, book that profit. I mean, seriously. Beautiful. Look, it did the pattern. Look. 1272, back to the 100, down to the 1618. It's just the pattern I look for all the time. Same pattern. Beautiful. Yeah, as PD says, make sure you hit the like button if I say anything that you like today or you liked in the past. Anything at all. Maybe share with somebody else. Helps me get out to more people. The more people I help, the better this gets to be. I mean, it really does. Best Buy, nothing. That's bearish consolidation. Just can it be done? It could, but resistance up at the roadmap line. Let's see. This is just a big correction. And we still have lower to go. Maybe back down to the lows. 63. Yeah. Yep. Look at that. Looks like it needs to do that one more time. Maybe even go lower low. 58. That was like, if it holds a higher low and turns up, that could be bullish, but that's looking pretty gnarly. So yeah, be careful there. Resistance there. We could turn higher, but gosh, be careful. AMZN, Amazon, potentially going to be a very bullish chart when the market turns. If the market turns bullish, this is going to rock. Watch for a breakout above 140. Could be 150, 160, maybe even take us on up on the bigger path to 238, possibly 318 if we really turn bullish here. So it's the difference between this little pullback to the roadmap line versus the big pullback that we did last year. Win still looks like it's heading down. Be careful. How far down? Let's see. How far down? I don't like to talk about bear stuff, but how far down? Right in here, probably. Let's put a support zone right in there. Could go as deep as that. Big fat zone between 65 and 85. EFX, Equifax dropping out. I guess high interest rates, people aren't getting credit checks as much or something. I don't know. If we hold here, it can go higher. It could. If it holds there, breaks back above the roadmap line, we could be set up for like a move up to 300. I mean, that's actually, the pattern is actually fairly bullish, and the correction looks really good. Right into, the thing I don't like is the fact we hit that 76. That makes it like less awesome. But look, 1, 2, 3, ABC right there, perfectly, 100%, A equals C, 166. It's a perfect spot to hold. The most aggressive entry would be a move up through that right there, 188. More conservatively, when we get up to the roadmap line, right up here, wherever it is when we get up there. And then another layer of resistance. I just have to talk about everything. This high right there. Look, just happens to be the 618 right there. So the most conservative entry above like 220. Looking for those higher prices, probably up to 300 would be my guess where we're going. And look, that's 284. That's right where the 1618 is up there. Now this thing can break. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to get through to get there. So remember, it's not being wrong that costs you money. It's staying wrong. So if you like this pattern and you're like, oh man, I'm getting on this, when you're wrong, when you're proven wrong, get out. All right, don't stay wrong and then come blame me. I'm not telling you what to do. So yeah, I already talked about IWM. Just pull the slider back, the little red bar down here on YouTube. All you do is just slide it back. VMW probably coming back to that support, but if we get below it, roadmap line, and it may just hang out here until the two of these meet up at some point right over here, right there. RTO. Wow, what a drop. Down to the 76, and I don't know. That one not looking as awesome. Yeah. No clear 3-wave move on the correction. We could hold right there and turn up. That could possibly be. It looks more like a corrective move up. Looks like we may extend that one down to 20. And there's not a lot of bullish on this chart. EFX looked pretty good. RTO, not so bueno. BX, right to the roadmap line. That right there, beautiful retrace. If that's the low, we break back above this, and it looks like it may go just a little lower. May have support down to 94. I'm going to leave it right there for now. Move up through 110, sets it up to go to 122, 131. CCI going down in a blaze of glory. How low can she go? 0, baby. Next target down 82 and 71. Then 40. That's a dumpster fire of a chart. Not necessarily a dumpster fire of a company, but dumpster fire of a chart. I mean, look at that. It's accelerating too. Gosh, be careful. Be careful. Where's the bottom? It could be way out. It could be significantly lower. All right, be careful. FBYD. Engineering construction, huh? That looks like some choppy, gnarly stuff right there. Not enough data to do anything with. Made the morning monster movers, but just nothing there. DFS reporting earnings. Looks like it wasn't too good. Missing on the top, beating on the bottom. And target is still right down here. We're almost there. 79. Baidu. In the box. Could we go lower? You're sure as blank we can. Sure as shoot. Sure as shirt we are. We can. Let's do this really quickly. And we're at a support level. Next one down 101. Next one down below that 90. Which consequently is almost all in this box. So nothing bullish there. Nothing super bearish either. I mean, just can it keep dropping? Yeah, it can, and we could drop another $20, but it's not high probability at the moment. TSLR, that's a leveraged Tesla thing that is kind of volatile on the drop today. Made the biggest losers list. Ouch. That looks like leverage doesn't always follow my patterns. Be careful on leverage. But wouldn't surprise me to find support right down here and turn higher again if that's what we're going to do. Somewhere we're in the vicinity. TSLA is my actual preferred way to do it. 1.5 leverage. Ouch. That one's back down to the lows. Imagine that. How we doing on Tesla? Turning red now. Yeah, it looks like we're giving it up a little bit. S&P maybe go for that move lower on down to the 618. All right. Just a couple more. SMTC. Ouch. Dropping out. Lower low. Who could have figured? Target right down there around 1470. 1450. Be conservative on the target. We're basically hit it at 15, I guess. These fib lines are, I look at them as a fuzzy zone, even though it's a definitive line with a price. I look at it as like a zone, fuzzy zone. So I consider it hit if we get down to like 15, 1530 even. So be careful, all right? I can look up TSLY. Dropping out. I mean, that's like so they sell options on Tesla and then give you the dividends. This is, look at ridiculous dividend payments. Look, like 66%. This thing is crazy. You know, paying dividends. It's like $12 and it's paying like a 58 cent a month dividend. And 83 back here in August. Dollar in July. 80 cents. I mean, it's highly volatile depending on how much they might make off the options. 44 cents back in May. So I actually hold 3 shares of this just to see. Be careful in this sucker. If we turn higher, could rock, but that's some volatile stuff right there. Definitely could go lower. How low can she go? Just go to 0. $10. If we turn up at 10, it might be an opportunity to buy some if this is the kind of thing you're interested in. It's letting somebody else play the options and you just hold the shares, but you get the volatility too. So, all right. Rollins broke below that support. Watch out for 31. Baba. And we may go back to the lows on Baba. Alibaba. So much for Warren Buffett buying, right? Whatever it was. Maybe go back to that low. And if we break down, watch out below. Alrighty. SP 500. S&P today. My bias for the day. Let's actually jump in here and be serious for a second. We could have bottomed here. If this doesn't turn bullish here, we may extend down just a bit more. I expect support to hold right there. And if we start getting below that, we could be doing something more bearish and going on down. So this is not like I'm going to buy at 42.83. Watch for the reversal to show up. All right. We need to make higher highs, not lower highs. We could bounce at that 618 level, 42.83, make a lower high, and continue down the toilet. All right. That 41.60 has been a level on my chart for a good long time. Look, right over here. Zoom this back out. 41.60. We've talked about it a lot. All right. Be careful. Be careful out there. The account you save may be your own. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for another Morning Watch.